park today, where Auckland United is based. We're gonna talk to Stan. He's one of the club's captain here. He's gonna show us around the club's facilities, the gym, the field, and much more. Come with me, let's go! Hey Stan, good morning.
How are you, man?
I'm doing good, how are you?
Good. My name is Stan Raniga. I've been with the club since 1988.
Thanks for having us here. Can you please show us around what Auckland United is all about?
Yeah,
Big
sure,
team,
sure.
Big club?
Sure.
Yeah, where you...
Let's walk around then.
Yes, yes.
I'll show you where our gear room is and
Oh, yeah.
all our cart and everything else, because to look after 1900 players, you need a lot of equipment.
You said 1900. Oh,
That's the membership, 1900
wow.
plus.
1900.
So to look after all those players, there is a lot of stuff that goes on in the background. We have two carts, one's in service at the moment. This is a homemade remedy where we pull the goalpost.
All right, okay,
The back of the cart.
Uh-huh. Even some washing machines there,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. For all our bibs and
Oh, cool, cool. Uh-huh. And who look after these then?
the property person is Leif Rinell. He's very good.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
after all the flooding, the amount of work he did was amazing.
Yeah.
Working with insurance companies and working with councils, and we
So
had a
the-
lot of damage. Water came all the way, but Leif did an amazing job for the number one field. So the council come and do number one, but we use this more just for number one. And
Oh,
the
right.
reason being,
Uh-huh.
you don't want the ground to be contaminated with weeds or anything.
Right, right.
So we only dedicate this for there,
Oh, wow, man.
and
Oh,
the council does the same.
oh, I
Otherwise,
see.
a lot of fields that were done up last year, they've got weeds, and we're very particular about usage and making sure we look after our number one.
Can anyone operate this?
No, we've got about 3 people who do that.
All right.
And one of our coaches and senior players from Japan, Hide, he loves doing this.
Oh, really? Yeah, I'd like
He
to
loves
have a go,
getting on
actually.
this.
Do you need a license or anything like that?
Oh, no, just need
No,
training.
wait,
just training.
Just training and go.
We were fortunate. We've
Yeah.
put in a bit of money, done some renovations, took the guts out of the building and changed it into a gym.
Okay.
Plus, just recently we've got Access Physio. We've moved in, and we're so fortunate to have a full-time physio here.
Wow, that's like, not all the clubs have
no,
that, eh?
no, we're very fortunate.
Wow, yeah, that's pretty
And,
good. Uh-huh. Can we go inside and have a
Let's
look?
go
Yeah?
inside. Yes.
Thanks.
It used to be our old club room, so you can see there's a big difference between the old club rooms and the new ones.
Wow, yes.
As far as the size goes.
Ah. So all like brand new equipment.
So all new equipment. Again, it was covered by insurance because this was flooded.
Oh, this part as well.
Yeah. So a lot of the equipment is
Oh,
new.
wow, man.
And now we've got Jules here. Jules is our under 23 women's coach.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey,
So-
Jules.
Hello.
How are you?
How's it going? Good. How are you?
Thanks for having us here.
Yeah,
We're
You
like,
can see her
worries.
commitment out of work time. She does her own training as well.
see, that's
Amazing.
very- yeah.
Yeah.
And I know actually the girls are doing pretty good, eh? Like in the whole
Yeah,
season?
they've had a good season. Unfortunately, we didn't qualify for National Youth League, but the first women's team is doing really well.
Nice, yes.
Yeah.
And what's your, like the rest of the season looks like for you?
We've got lots of young players coming through the ranks, so they're bringing them into like more of a senior training environment for term 4, like summer academy.
Right.
Scheduling a bunch of friendlies, like giving them a bit of exposure to the premier environment.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna
We are very fortunate to have a full-time physio here.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're really excited about being here too. So we're a FIFA Medical Centre of Excellence, so we're really used to looking after football players.
Yeah.
We've sort of been involved with the club for a long time. I used to play for Onehunga Sports back in the day,
Right.
with Ross from your first team.
Oh, yeah.
It shows how old Ross is. And my kids have played here too, so we've got some good relationships with the club. We're going to have here up to 3 full-time physiotherapists. I'm a doctor, so we're going to have some doctors here as well. And we're really looking forward to working with the club.
That's amazing.
at
We're
all
so
levels.
fortunate.
Yeah, we're really happy too. I'd say from a club perspective in New Zealand, there'd be very few football clubs with this type of facility. And there'd be lots of clubs that had really good physiotherapists, but there wouldn't be lots of clubs that had a kind of genuinely interdisciplinary sports medicine program.
Yes, got,
And so that's one of the opportunities, I think, for this club.
This mural here was done by Hannah Wilkinson after the World Cup last year, and it's great. People love it. Friday night, Saturday mornings, it's all set up for juniors. We have a lot of juniors here.
Lots of kids
Yeah,
running around playing soccer.
lots of parents, lots of kids, lots of laughter, a few crying.
Yeah.
Right, these are our changing rooms. Very player friendly as a club. We've got plenty of changing rooms and facilities. This is our number 1 changing room. This is for the referees.
Oh, for the referees. Oh, I've never been one of those before.
So they've got their own toilets and showers and
Oh, okay. Oh, that's something new for me. Have toilet and showers here. If they didn't do any good in the game, they can lock themselves here, right?
And now the main thing is when players come out here, whether they play on number 2 or number 1,
Right.
this is a common corridor. So they all come,
Oh, they can go either
they
there.
line up here and go to number 1, or go there, line up and go to number 2.
Oh, right. Oh, that's pretty good. So here's the number 1 field.
This is our pride and joy, number 1 field, probably one of the best fields in the country.
Wow.
So after all the upgrades that FIFA did for the Women's World Cup,
Right.
there's quite a few clubs that had their grounds upgraded.
Yes,
We're one of them. But having said that, Leaf, our facilities manager, has really put in a lot of effort in here and looked after it. Even with all the rain and the fact that this was a swamp area, it's
Wow.
taken a lot of effort to keep this at this stage.
Oh, I can imagine. But if you see the field now, it doesn't
It's-
look like
It's amazing.
it had the flood
And
or
even the
anything like
floodlights,
that.
even the floodlights help us.
Oh, yeah.
We could overuse the fields, but we don't. We really want to make sure
Yes, fair
that we
enough.
look after it. Sure, outside season, we get juniors to come and play here so that they get a feel for it.
Yeah, that's
Some
good
of
for
the
them.
social
Yeah.
teams come and play here. Some of the academic teams come and play a game here.
So you were saying before, off record, that you guys cut the grass.
Leaf does, the council does this, but Leaf also cuts the grass. And we do it 3 to 4 times a week.
And 3 to 4 times a week.
Leaf is very dedicated. I mean, he would cut the grass on the morning before game. They look amazing.
It is beautiful. Yes.
A lot of clubs
Awesome.
have decided
Great
to
facilities.
go 2 stories, but with 2 stories, the players are isolated, the spectators are isolated. So this was good because it's wide, it's long, and we've got a viewing balcony for the main field. Plus, where it's positioned, all the fields, because we've got a lot of fields, all the fields appear close together.
I think I might ask Jose to give me a chance here. Eh?
See what I said about the club being central, location being central.
Uh-huh.
So any games that are played on all the outer fields, they still are close to us.
That's right. Yes.
You know, it's not like the fields are far away and people can still walk into the club rooms. Our number 1 and number 2 are so close to the club rooms, very central.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
So you've got a good viewing area from here to look at number 2 as well.
I'm High Performance Director, so I oversee the Academy and Premier Team space on the men and women's side. Initially I was an Academy player more than 20 years ago under Hiroshi Miyazawa and transitioned into a coach 20 years later. And so I've been full-time with the Academy for 11 years now.
I remember actually seeing you on the finals when the girls won the Kate Shepherd Cup. How was that for you?
Yeah, great experience. Obviously, interim coach when Ben was away, helping the women in the recent Kate Shepherd Cup finals. So yeah, a bit of pressure filling in for an important game, but the girls got the job done, and yeah, it's a fantastic day for the club.
So many trophies here. Which one for you that brings memory?
Probably
What's stronger?
what we did earlier this year is winning the OFC.
Oh yeah, that's the trophy here.
Because when the club championships come in, like Auckland City go to club championships.
Yes,
Right. But by winning this and the regional trophy,
Right.
this is a stepping stone to club championships.
Yeah.
So when FIFA do have that, at least we are there.
Right.
And
yeah.
if we do a good job, we'll be there again next year. And my dream is to see our women's team go to the club championships.
Yeah.
This is our kitchen for the caterers. It's a proper commercial kitchen.
Do the players have their own menu
No,
that they have
we
to
have fixed
follow,
menu.
or?
We have fixed menu, mainly pasta dishes, and mixed in with upmarket sausage and mashed potatoes and
Oh.
veggies and
Yes.
the caterers
right,
they've got it right. Even after games, Premier men's and women's, we also give meals to the visiting team.
Okay, that's
And
good.
our
That's
team.
nice. Yeah.
This is something Murray Holdaway initiated when we first amalgamated and became Auckland United. He had this vision that we should feed teams. And now I notice a lot of the other clubs to some extent do follow. This is our balcony for viewing the main game. We have Auckland United supporters club, quite a strong supporters club. They come here and watch the games from here.
Wow,
Plus
that's a
the
beautiful view.
The visiting team will have their supporters on this side.
Oh, okay. All right. So the visitors also can come here on
Yeah.
the balcony.
Their supporters, their life members can come here and watch from here.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Right.
that's cool.
Now
Yeah.
this piece of ingenuity is a divider so that all games live broadcast can be done from here. We have a table set up here
Oh,
and
I
have
see.
live broadcast. I've got a lot, so I've written this down. My name is Stan Raniga. I've been with the club since 1988 through Roskill, and then Three Kings United, and now Auckland United. I'm currently the club captain. It's a unique role because you're helping with the coaching staff and the coaches. You're the liaison between them and the players, and you're looking after everyone's welfare. And if there's a disciplinary thing that needs to be looked at, I look at that as well. But again, be reasonably independent, but be fair. Always look after the welfare of the members first. So it's a good role, unique role. Late 2019, we had a special general meeting at the old club rooms, and whilst the new club rooms were being built, we had a special meeting, and the members voted to have an amalgamation initially with Onehanga Sports. So once we voted, that was approved, Auckland United was formed in 2020, right? And that was a merger of Three Kings with Onehanga Sports, became Auckland United. The new Auckland United club assumed the position of Onehanga Sports and entered in the National League as Auckland United. That gave us a pathway to go into the National League. By the same token, the women had qualified. So we had a few players from Onehanga Sports coming to the women's team, and we also entered a team in the National League for women's. So it was a win situation for both. A lot of us were so excited with the new club rooms, and then when the lockdown happened, we were blown away. I was looking after the hospitality, and we had to we realized this is going to be a long-term lockdown. And I actually took a lot of the perishable items in the kitchen and gave that to the marae in Mangere. Otherwise, it would be wasted. And we had to shut down all the equipment, all the refrigeration, and we were fortunate that during lockdown we didn't have any break-in or any other incidents, because there was a lot of that going on around. And again, after the lockdown, when we came back, there's still some restrictions, but coming back was quite easy because we paved our way through and eventually normalized to have some games later in the year. We moved into the new club rooms as Auckland United, right? Any merger is a motivation in itself. There are positives. I've seen a previous measure. There was one other amalgamation. Three Kings United was formed in 1987. right? And that's through amalgamation of Eden FC, which was founded in 1947, and Mount Roskill AFC, founded in 1954. So, in the end, that became Three Kings United. And Three Kings history, you can tell, we've been very successful with women's, with men's, with juniors. 2001, 2002, when the club was at its biggest, we had membership of 2,600 members.
Wow.
The biggest club in the country. I think one thing is important is we traditionally through Roskill, Three Kings United and Auckland United, we are really a community-based club. We strive to be a community-based club, except we have one advantage. We've got an academy inside the club. And that makes us a good community-based club with academy. And the academy also has a development phase. So those who don't get into the premier age group teams or other teams, they can go into development. Because with kids' potential, who knows, by the time they're 9 till they're 13, they will change. So you always give them every chance and let them enjoy playing. And that way we get the best out of them. No?
And what's the minimal age that the kids can start playing for Auckland United?
I think 5 years.
5 years? Then?
Correct me, I stand corrected, but 5 years, because when we had the training done in 2000 by Habib, who was very successful, very good with the children, that was when they were 5 years old, they would enter.
That's so good.
And our current membership, just to answer your question, our current membership is around 1900 and growing. Because of COVID, we were above that, but because of COVID, we're slowly going back to the level we want. Out of these, juniors and youth up to, that means up to 17 years of age, make up around 1700 members, right? And we have 4 premier teams, men's, premier and reserves. The reserves are our under 21 players. And we have women's premiers and reserves. We also have 12 men's social team and 1 women's social team. We entered the National League men's 2022-23, which was good. And Kate Shepherd, we won, which is the women's knockout. We won in 22 and we won this year. And the men's, we entered the National League in 22 and 23. And like I said, with women's 22 and 23. This year, unfortunately, our men's haven't qualified for the National League, but the women have qualified. They also won the National League. I think I showed you the trophy earlier.
Yes,
And earlier this year, they went to Oniara and won the club championships for this region, the OFC. So we won, out of the 4 trophies, the women have won 3 so far. And if we win the league this year, there will be 4 trophies. And the women are in a very strong position. Ben and his assistant, who you met, Jules, not assistant, the coach for the reserves, and the coaching staff, done a fantastic job. I think the girls' success is due, like any team, is due to the culture. And it's a reflection, really a reflection of Ben. He's amazing, doesn't ever talk out of turn, and firm, but straight to the point. And like I said, when we have the Thursday meals here, all those things help. We've got the same culture for the men, and I must admit, we lost a few players. The men's team lost a few players, so we really do miss their presence. But player transfers always happen. Traditionally, we've lost players because other clubs have poached them. When I say poached them, offered them better rewards. So every year we seem to lose one or two players to other clubs. Even this year, we lost a good player, up-and-coming player who went through our development phase. Semi, who went to Birkenhead. So that was a big loss, you know. But then we can't keep all the players, and we also have players who step up and take other players. Let's talk about that. Ollie Middleton was taken up by Auckland FC, which was great. Very happy for him. Same with Cody Phoenix, who has gone to Auckland FC as an amateur transfer. And same with Blake, our goalkeeper, who's gone to Auckland FC as an amateur transfer. This means there's a pathway open for them. And Ava Collins, our women's player, went to Kolding IF in Denmark. And Michaela Foster has just signed up, just in the last week, I think, with Durham FC in England. And Ruby Nathan has gone to Canberra FC in Australia. So, I mean, these are great names who have given a lot of service to the club. Not really, you know, as traditionally a club would have. I mean, if we have players called up for national duties, and because we've got a strong pathway and progress with other players coming in, we've managed to fill the gaps when players leave for national duties or when they leave, go elsewhere. I'll give you some player honours, and I'll give you an indication of how much movement there is in the club, you know. Like representative honours for players. New Zealand under-16 women's. Pia Hawke, Piper O'Neill and Cara. We lost them to New Zealand under-16 honours. New Zealand under-16 men's. Pedro Botica and Michael Wong. We lost them. Under-19 men. Ollie Middleton and Cody Phoenix. So we lost them. Under-20 women's, Ruby Nathan, one of our most successful women players, we lost her. And I think more important is our coaches are being recognized now, you know. So this year, Ben Bates, you know, looking at the coaches' honours list, Ben Bates was called up for New Zealand under-16 women's assistant coach. And Isaac, who's our goalkeeping coach, was called up to New Zealand under-16 women's coach. And Jose, our head coach for men's, was called up for the under-19 men's tournament as an assistant coach. So we're very proud of all that achievement. I just worry that once they get into New Zealand football's radar, we don't lose them, because our success is probably going to be our demise as well in losing key players. Probably the biggest rival is Auckland City. So last year, this season, they beat us one game, and on the return game it was a draw, very good game, and the boys were up for it, the men's. Last year, we actually beat them twice, which was quite satisfying. But traditionally, they've taken a few of our players as well, a few of our key players since 2020. But having said that, they've been established for a long time, you know. financially very strong, and they focus on National League. I don't know how the setup is between Central and Auckland City. I don't think anyone can figure that out. But yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll be in par with them, I'm pretty sure. Funny enough, Jose was a coach for Auckland City before he came here. So there's strong rivalry, but also strong respect for each other. The game this year that we played at their fields in their home ground, which was a draw, was a good game to watch, a good measure of how they respect each other. It was a proud moment for us that they chose our club as their home base out of all the other clubs that are around, which was good. We were basically shut out from the club rooms, literally, for about 2 months. And but we were very proud, and I think on 2 occasions our members had the opportunity to see them train. But no, good exposure for the club. We had a lot of inquiries after they left, with juniors and young players wanting to join the club. Club is proud to say that we've got 2 Olympians in the club. One was our community-based coach and liaison officer, Joseph Turambeki, who's from Fiji. He represented Fiji in the Olympics. And the other one was recently Michaela Foster. She represented New Zealand in the Olympics, so proud moment for the club. Every year we have teams that travel abroad. We have a very strong relationship with clubs in Japan because the Onehanga Academy, you spoke to Joe Dawkins earlier. He told me that since 2001, they've been taking teams to Japan, with the original academy. But since formation of Auckland United, the under-13 boys team have been going to Japan, except for 2021 because of COVID, and they normally go in January, February. So they went in 2020, 22, 23, and early this year. And the kids love it. Throughout the year we see the parents doing fundraising, and it's good to see that activity. And the under-11 are going to Sydney very shortly, I think within a week, to play in a competition. So I think we will promote more of these type of things because it involves parents, involves players, the parents, and they all get excited about any trip is an excitement. Anywhere where you go in as a group, in a controlled environment, you have a lot of common things, and you share a lot of experiences and spend time together. It gets the best out of you. They get motivated, and it's an excitement. And winning and results are secondary. A good example is our women's team. I think I can say it on record that it's been almost 350 days since they last lost a game. And that's a big, big achievement for our club. And that's because when they went to OFC, they came back as a stronger unit. And I can't see them losing in the next few games either. They're doing well. Ross Haviland, who's played, I think, more than 200 games for the club. He is an amazing player, seems to get younger and greener every year. And his best ambassador, his favorite follower is his daughter. You see the smile on her face when he plays well. So Ross is an amazing guy, unassuming, just gives it 100% on the field. That's a very good question. In fact, what I'd like to do is, if you give me a chance, I'll get our community liaison officer, and who's also a coach, our Olympian, Joseph, to answer that.
100%.
Can I put him in the hot seat? Joseph, come in, please. Please. This is, as I was talking earlier, we've got two Olympians. He's one of our Olympians, Joseph.
My name is Joseph Tarigan. My part here, I am the Community Development Officer for a great club called Auckland United Football Club at Keith Park. I think we have like a massive impact in our community. We have a lot of surrounding schools nearby, and a lot of keen youngsters that love the game of football. So our role, or my role as a development officer and as a club, we try to approach schools nearby, especially around term 1. We go into schools and offer a free football session, which we call a tester, and then we try to introduce football into the community that way. And obviously it's free, so every parent can know that they don't need to use any money or any financial, because that could be possibly some of the reasons why kids don't play sports as often, due to obviously the price tag on it. Yeah. They can come down and approach the club and myself and our club manager called Adam, who does a great work. And then we, for example, most kids or parents, they're not fully educated on how certain clubs roll and operate. So we tend to try to bring them down and give them opportunity to have, again, a first tester, but now at our club, and see how things go. Any questions, they can come down or call us. We're always there. Yeah.
Every year, beginning of the season, we do have an open day,
Correct.
which is very popular.
Which is very popular. And saying that, great from Stan, so Mr. Club President. So obviously we have an open day where then we try to, in a way, show the experience of what Auckland United is all about. So we have activities going on, we have all our wonderful, great coordinators that come down to help us, and then we just promote the club and what we can offer for parents and players. Assisting Mark, who's obviously, his background, this too is amazing, ex-Whites, and then obviously played professional, if I'm correct, played for the first professional club for New Zealand, which was, maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong, was it Kings Knights?
Kings, yeah.
That's correct. So Mark comes with a lot of experience. Then obviously he then was coaching down in Wellington for the Ole Academy, and obviously Western Suburbs in terms of their under-17s. And as you may know, may not know, that obviously the 23s, which is all made from under-17s or under 15, 16 players, they won the league this year for the first time, which was obviously a very good moment for all of us, a very proud moment for the club to see that. Now we're working into the under-17 National League competition, where we're grouped with certain teams here in Auckland. There's 2 groups up in Auckland, and the winner gets through and obviously plays down into the bigger competition, which is the best of the under-17s, which is down in Wellington. Thank you. Cheers, Uncle Stan.
Listen, now that COVID is behind us and we can look forward and plan as we want, I think the future looks very good. Without giving too much away, we're looking at upgrading our fields, getting some better fields so that we can play all season and not be rained out. That's work in progress, and I can't talk too much about that. But The other thing is to increase the playing numbers. Sure, there is a limit because of the fields and facilities we have, but there is room for movement. We can get 200-300 players more. And with all the development around here, with all the bulk housing, with the Three Kings Quarry development, and the number of people the population will increase within the vicinity. And I think we can capture quite a few players there. It's important that we, because of our development and academy, that we cover every age group and try and have good representation at every age group in a competitive level. That way, the club as a whole will be strong. And in a way, that opens the door. So when we apply for grants, because we really we need grants to survive, we just cannot keep getting subscriptions and performing this way. We will need grants. Every club needs grants. And if we do well, and if we are successful, we can look at grants. And the other thing is, we've got a great facility. It's community facility. We need to be out there telling the community to use our facility, and that way we get some return for the facilities, some income for the facilities, and at the same time, those who use the facility, this will be an exposure for them, and the next generation can keep coming in here. So we keep a flow on. You know, with the men's team this year, sure, we had lost some players, but we always learn from that. We be positive. Again, we strive. Some of the games that we played, we have shown that we're up there. The boys can do it. The men can do it. You know, that game against Auckland City at their home ground, you know, we peaked in that game. We were up there for it. With the women's, I think the women's setup is pretty good. We're comfortable with where they're at. I mean, 350 days without losing is something we can talk about for years. On a final say, this is for parents and players. Listen, we've got great facilities, we've got a great club, great culture, great history. Please send your players, future generations, send everyone. The club is well geared up to look after the young players and make sure that we get the best out of the players and the players enjoy it. Main thing is to enjoy. If you enjoy what you're doing, enjoy your game, enjoy friendships, and parents enjoying other parents' company and going through the whole path together and developing. This is the place to be, and this is the club to be.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, man. That was very good. I appreciate it. Awesome. Thank you very much.
Oh boy.
Was so good. So good.